on Monday, February 3rd. Today, I really want to talk about how to build a movement program. So I've been getting some questions because really when we're living with persistent pain, the last thing we want to do is move. We're told constantly by doctors and physios and chiros and a whole bunch of different people in the medical system that we refer to as them knowing what we should be doing. They tell us either don't move this way, stop doing this activity, don't lift weights, don't do this, don't stress yourself. We need to have movement in our body. Okay. So when you look at building your movement program, and typically when I work with people to build their movement program, everybody is unique. We all have different goals. We all have different pain experiences. We all have different places that we're starting at. Some people that I start with, they already have that very physical activity, movement-based life that they're getting pain in, but they need just a few extra things to work with in order to calm that nervous system and be able to feel more grounded instead of pushing through like they've always done. In that regard, a lot of times I work with people with critical alignment, okay? You've seen me use the black strap, the felt pad. If you don't have those props, I do have a video talking about how to use a towel for those instances. It's not the best, but it's an easy go-to because we all have towels, right? Now, when I'm working with people who don't really have that physical activity background, who really just want to get back to living their life, hanging with their grandkids, or getting back into different activities, or even just feeling better. When I look at building a movement program, it is not that I'm going to build you a 12 exercise circuit type thing that you have to go to the gym and do for an hour and then go home. A lot of times when I'm working with people who have persistent pain during the day, the last thing they can think of is spending an hour moving their body. So what I do is create movement snacks for them. Now, there's some solid go-tos that I have. You've possibly heard me say that you brush your teeth. Why not do a little bit of squats? Okay. Now, when I say the word squat, people are like, oh, that's like this and this. Honestly, a squat, you want to know how much you need to squat? If I just move this out of the way. Okay. If I'm brushing my teeth and I'm standing in the mirror, here's what sometimes even my squats look like. Okay? I'm not going very far. But what I want people to do with their movement snacks is to learn how to be curious, right? So if I get in there and I'm brushing my teeth and my squat is like this, because if you can sit in a chair, there's a really good chance you can get to about this far in a squat. Okay. Now, if you do about 30 seconds of that, there's a good chance that your squat then can go this far. Okay. The ability to squat is key to keeping us healthy and keeping us independent. I do work with people who have lost their independence. And even with that, one of the main things we work on is sit stands, which are essentially squats, but we're sitting on something, right? So it varies wildly as to what you would start with your movement program. Now, with those movement snacks, I have tons of them, really. It all just really depends on the area that you need to become a little bit more mobile, a little bit more confident in moving in, and where we want to build some more range of movement and some strength. There's a whole gamut of things, right? But when you're looking at your movement program, one of the things that you need to include if you've been living with persistent pain is somatic tracking. Now, I have a video on my Substack a podcast. You can listen to it. It's about 20 minutes long, and it gives you a solid practice to finding that awareness, because what we need to do is be able to cue in, right? Bring it in and start paying attention. That's where we start building that movement program, from you paying attention internally, intrinsically. Now, one of the things we think of when we think of a movement program or exercise program is, oh, I need to do like 3 sets and 12 reps. A lot of times when I work with people with pain, I ditch that idea, because I want you to listen to your body. I want you to listen to that whisper edge and be like, okay, you can count them, because counting can give you something to notice your progression in. However, I don't want you to count to say, okay, I have to do 10. You could be like, oh, I'm getting to 5 and, ooh, I can feel that. I wonder if I do one more. Okay, that's it for the day. And you connect these sensations to your breath. So you're getting that internal sensation, connecting it to your breath, connecting it to your awareness, and we go from there. So this includes any type of exercise, any type of movement. And realistically, if you can add a few movement snacks throughout your day, you're going to find that there is way more energy in your body. There is more patience. You're able to move with more confidence, a whole bunch of things, right? Whether your pain decreases or not, we do start working on that, but that's not the movement base. But with the movement program, it's about learning how to pay attention to what we're doing, right? And know that you don't have to do an hour at the gym. You can do a movement snack in the morning, movement snack at lunch, another movement snack. Like, I get people to do different movements while they're laying in bed just after they've woken up, or when they lay in bed just before they go to sleep. Okay? We tie these movement snacks into habits we already have, like brushing our teeth. That way we can build these habits. All right. Now that's a lot of information, but as I mentioned, when I'm working on building a movement program for someone, it all depends what your experience has been, what you've been told not to do, because again, that kinesiophobia, that fear of pain due to movement, that plays a big part. So if you've been told never to twist your spine, I'm going to look at how we can build movement around building confidence around your spine first, and then we hold different movements that build that confidence on the future possibility of twisting your spine. Okay? Because the rotation in the spine is a key movement. I don't know how you can get through the day without a slight rotation in your spine. It's not that easy. So, with all that being said, coming up in March, I've got another 6-week course coming up for those who are living with pain. It's called Building Your Path Back to Wellness. It includes a 1-hour online lecture each week. You can rewatch. There's exercises in it. There's learning in it. Then it also includes 5 sessions with me, one-on-one. Our first session is about 45 minutes. We talk about your history. We talk about your goals, the obstacles, what your experience has been so far. And I start setting you up with little movements, whether they're laying down and paying attention to your breath, because that is a starting point, or maybe those little squats while you brush your teeth. You could start that tomorrow, even tonight. Okay. But there's little things, and we start gradually building it up, and we meet up almost every week. Okay. There's a couple weeks where I want you to sit and work on what you've been given, because it does take some time for the body to start to adapt. But each time we meet up, I help you answer questions. I help you tweak your program so that we can add little bits and pieces here and there to build on that. Because in order to build your path back to wellness, you can't see it as this giant mountain going, oh, I need to get way up there. That's where I want to go. Because your brain goes, that's so much work. Oh, and it unmotivates you. If we can look at that one step, okay, one little step first, we go to that step, right? And you go, yes, I did it. I did something. I'm starting. And you continually work on those steps. Sometimes you're going to take a couple steps down because that's how working with pain happens to work. But it is a gradual progression and we keep tweaking it. So if you're interested, if you register before February 14th, there's a code on my website and I'll link it with this AMA. Getting a little bit of a discount. Plus, if you register before February 14th, you get an extra 30-minute session with me over that 6-week period. All right. That's about all I have for this little chat today. I do look forward to chatting with you more in the future. Please, if you have any comments below, or if you've started something, you've tried something, let me know. If you try those squats, let me know. Okay. Either way, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.